Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a drizzly, cloudy, rainy-ish day. Currently 21 degrees Celsius, which means it's 64. No, I lied. Today's the 21st. I read the wrong column. Here we go. It's currently 18 degrees Celsius, which means it's 64 Fahrenheit. Our air quality is 5. So, again, I am in the house. It's raining. I'm not going to go pull weeds or anything in the rain anyway. And I decided I'm streaming Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. And being Monday, we are going to stream. So, while I was cleaning, you're going to be hearing this a lot in the next little while. While I was cleaning, I am nowhere near even touching things that I have been cleaning, really. I am kind of organizing and finding things. So I think I talked about this a couple of days ago or on another stream. As I was cleaning, I came across these fun letters that I had done. I think that was a couple of years actually when I did the workshop week put on by, she's Canadian. She does an entire week of workshops. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry. Anyway, there's an entire week of workshops. It's phenomenal. Oh, why can't I remember? Okay, I will put a link to it down below when I remember her name. She does a lot of calligraphy. She's incredible at calligraphy. But the workshops were facilitated by various different artists. Hi, Lee. Nice to see you. You're cleaning train tracks. Do you use alcohol to clean your tracks, like rubbing alcohol? I know that that's what my husband used when he still had ours operational. So anyway, I'm going to be doing these fun letters. Pulled out my inks, got my dip pen, got the little thing for putting the inks in. I pulled out some, unfortunately, red and green scrap paper. There's blue in here too. And so yeah, we're just going to have some fun. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I think it's just you and me, Lee. And I'm doing boring stuff today. I'm playing with letters. So last week I had mentioned that I had actually was out shopping and I bought metallic pencils. Well, when I got them home, the metallic pencils just happened to have like a metallic sleeve on it. They were just plain HB leads. I didn't read the package properly, obviously. So, of course, I was so excited to have metallic pencils. I had all kinds of ideas for them that I then went out and ordered from Amazon metallic pencils. So I have a nice variety of metallics. So I'm excited that I've got something else to play with. So we're going to do some highlighting on some of these before we put the ink. And that's kind of what we're going to do today. So I like using these kind of letters just randomly, or I used to before I lost them. I used to just like throwing one on a page just for no apparent reason, just as a bit of decoration, maybe on a pocket, maybe on a ATC, maybe on something, just random, just putting them in so that people can go, oh, interesting. And maybe it would trigger their imaginations to come up with a list of words that started with N. Maybe they would think something like, is there something on this page that starts with N? Which would then lead them into a little bit more in depth on what's on the page. You know, method to my madness, sort of. So I pulled out just a bunch of papers, and so we're just going to draw letters on them. I'm going to fussy cut them out and do some highlighting, and then I am going to put the ink on. So this is a nice little narrow one. I think I could get away with a fun L, like a little L. So, of course, I will hand draw that just with a Sharpie pen first. This isn't my Sharpie. I need something that's, okay, with my Sharpie S gel. Maybe I'll do this like a bubble L. You know how we used to do way back in the teen years. Here we go. Just a nice, fun L. Okay, so let's highlight it while it's still big and easier to work with. I am going to take a dark green and do around the edge, maybe like a greenish blue. This is a teal. Let's do that. I have a pencil sharpener aside from my electric one because that makes so much noise. Right here. Oh, I got a mess. Surprise. Hey, Anne, welcome. We're going to do some fun letters today. Remember I did this like 2 years ago or some silly thing after I did that workshop week with Becca. Her name's Becca. And it starts with a C. And she's a calligrapher. Anyway, I pulled out a whole bunch of little bits because I've got lots of little bits. The mail went out today, Anne. So hopefully, and of course, I got Ron to take it. And that post office lady that I'm not a big fan of, you know who I'm talking about, wasn't there. So the fellow that was there operating the thing, he's really rubbing on the envelopes and going, if it's not a greeting card, you have to pay parcel price. I said, so anyway, I did tuck the ATC into a greeting card, a homemade greeting card. So again, it's not going to feel flat. Oh, I'm just irritated because I would like to be able to send Happy Mail. And there's no way I'm paying parcel price for an envelope full of scrap bits. Oh, thanks, Anne. I'm not. I just want to encourage her, Okay, so gave it a nice outline in a teal. And then we're going to use white pencil down the middle to make it look like it's highlighted just that little bit. That would just be at the top of this, I'm thinking. Just at the top there. A little bit there. All right. So we've got a nice little L. Let's doodle on it. Oh, awesome, Lee. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, let me grab your channel. I should have these all set up already. I should have a list where I can just take them and grab them. But I do not, because that would be organized and oh, I love that. Okay. This is Lee's channel. He's got quite the layout. He really, really does. It's amazing. So let's use some black. I've got various blacks. I've got India ink. Where's my black? Carbon black. That's what I want. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, we still have little bits of train bits left. I don't know why they didn't go over to my daughter's place with the rest of it. But his is from Germany. Um, they started collecting train stuff. Okay, so we're going to outline it in this ink. This is Liquitex liquid acrylics. I use it with my scratch pens. And we're just going to do some fun letters today because I like, just like I say, throwing them in randomly places. I went way off the line there. It's been a while since I've used my pens. Did you design your logo, Lee? Did you have help? I'm horrible at that kind of thing because I really struggle with drawing. I really struggle with drawing. Okay, so we've got that. So that's kind of fun. But I think it needs like some squiggly things in it. Should I kind of outline the green or put just lines under the green stripes? Yeah. I will have to go over it again with the white once it dries. All right, I like it. I like it. You know, it's just going to be a fun little. You do it yourself? You have talent, sir. You really have talent. Okay, so like I say, I broke down and I bought metallic pencils because the ones I thought were metallic were just metallic on the outside. And let's see if I can find like a metallic-y teal. These are Brutfuners. Brutfuners. Got them on Amazon. And I'm not sure exactly where they're made. Features 50 pre-sharpened pigment-packed metallic pencils in assorted shades. You know what? Let's put it on some white and see how metallic it actually looks. White paper, someplace. That's awesome. I try and do all mine. That's why it's poor and pathetic. Not much patience for creating online, like on the computer screen. Okay, so I just took one of those strips like I was using yesterday. Trying to decide if that's metallic or not. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's metallic or not. Let's find something similar in this bin. You can tell I got all kinds of dried glue on here. Yeah, I think it's got a bit of a shine compared to that. Shh, don't tell me if it doesn't. We'll pretend it does. You use Canva? You've got them? Nice. I do not have Canva. I only have Paint. I also have in Pixio, which I use. Oh, yeah, it's got the shine. Yeah. In Pixio, it removes backgrounds. because I was thinking that I too would like to create some stickers out of some of my creatures. And I didn't get very far with it. That, and I wanted to do like, you know how they have hockey cards and that kind of thing for sports teams? I want to do that with my critters, my chonky cats. Okay, let's cut this one out. And I posted a quilt that I came across online on Meet Your Creativity. And it was using scraps. And I'm thinking I could do that out of paper. In fact, I've done something very, very similar out of paper. But I absolutely love it. So I'm thinking, now that I've got my machine back, that I could try that because I've got so much fabric, not enough to make clothes or anything out of. Like I've got enough flannel and cottons that I do those unpapered towels. Okay, now I have to go around the edge again with the black because I cut a lot of it off. I think that's why I didn't. I should have done it after. Wow, shaky hand. Woohoo! Lee, do you mind me asking where in England you are? We're in the UK. Liverpool? Okay. I probably asked you that. My mum was from Bradford, Leeds, Manchester, well, Bradford. I had a friend who was from Liverpool. Her and her husband. Out. Okay. So I've got all these little bits. We're just going to play. I want to cut out the center of this to make it look like a D. I'm going to fold it because it is going to be glued down flat. Just so that I can do the inside. Oh, Liverpool football team? Okay. Very cool. Okay. I think I'm just going to put some black dots randomly on this. You know, it'd probably just be easier to dip the back of the pen in this to do that. But I've never done it. A lot of things the easy way. All right. All right. All right. Maybe just a couple more over here. That's kind of a fun D. Fun D. Huh. The Bay of Fundies. Okay, now that's got to dry because of the dots. Let's do something fun with this green. What do we want to do? Hey, Sherry, welcome, welcome. I am playing paper letters, hand cutting them and doodling and highlighting. I've done an L. That's all I've managed so far. And a D. So yeah, I did that. I posted that quilt. And I have done something similar with paper in the past, but just straight rectangles, like 3 different colored rectangles on top of each other, staggered in size, like large, medium, small kind of thing. But that one, I have a bin of 1-inch squares. Surprise! Because I was going to do a 1-inch square quilt, but I did not. Did not. All right. Let's do an S. And then we'll do an A. Oh, this is going to be nice, skinny S. Yeah, I'm cutting. I'm wobble cutting after I have drawn it. Believe it or not. Let's do a dark green around the edge. I'm going to use these metallics. I want to see. Okay, what do I have here? This is a phosphorus. Phosphorus? I'm not familiar with that word or color. Doesn't show great. That's fine. It's fine. Then I'm going to do the other side. Just a nice line on the edge. Just don't really want to cover up the markings on the paper. And then we'll do the white down the center. Yeah, I did this last time too, right? I have to do it so that I do the white almost last. Because it has to go over the inks. Right, so now we'll use the pen. You'll be back in a minute. Okay. What you're having for tea? Isn't it about 7 o'clock there? 7 or 8? 7, I think. Oh, and I was going to do the outline when I finished as well. Okay, let's just do this. We're just going to do some. And then we'll finish off with the white and getting very confused. Those other ones that I did the ink over the white. So this Sunday is the get together for the people in Winnipeg thing, and we're supposed to bring journals that we have completed for kind of like a show and tell kind of thing. So I figured I would take this one, the one that I did with 7 It's 7 o'clock there, Lee. So this is the one I did with Miriam when we did the streamathon, the Mad Start to Finish journals on this New Year's Eve. Okay. So I haven't put in anything in the text or whatever yet, but I think I would like to add just a little bit more decoration kind of thing to it. Make it a little bit more, like I say, I haven't put anything in the pockets. Some of this stuff could use a little bit more decor. So I figured that I will, when I clean up my desk again, some of this stuff will go in, like maybe one of the houses from yesterday, that kind of thing. Although I came up with an idea after I did the houses on this really thin, crazy paper, I'm thinking maybe I should back them with cardstock so then I could use them as flips. There would have to be a flat edge, right? Anyway, so that you can see what's in the house. So anyway, this is the journal. I figured I would add just a little bit of fun stuff to. So yeah, you really can't see the markings on the paper. A little bit. With everything that I'm doing to the letters. Doesn't show great. So I think that's what I'll do tomorrow, because I'm on again tomorrow. I will do a couple of things like a flip or something. We'll just add a little bit more Timbits to that journal. Because I think it's pretty plain. Like I don't have edgings, like hand-drawn edgings or anything in there. So that's what tomorrow's stream will be. Oh, I have no idea where that went. Here we go. So that's a fun S. But like, I'm thinking, I've got so many critters sitting in the bin over there. My bits bin. That I should probably add some. Because I mean, really, that's kind of my trademark, right? It's my bits. So I think a journal should have bits in it. More bits, more bits, more bits. Sherry's been doing some really cool masks for on the gel plate. I'm thinking I need to do a gel plate session again as well. Ooh. There, I have an S and an L. That needs to dry. Kind of like it. Kind of like them. We'll do this. Outline this D. Sherry Hun, do you want to put your channel link in? It's raining here today, which is lovely. We really, really need the rain, but we still have really horrible smoke in the air from those forest fires. I don't know. I kind of like having these letters. I have run a whole bunch of different fonts through the Cricut, and I've got a bunch of different fonts that I can use on the die cut machine. But there's something about these hand cut letters that makes me smile. Maybe because they're so individual. We all know how I prefer individualized things. There's a D. Thanks, Sherry. So I didn't put any shading or anything on this. I think it does need some shading. Let's use a brown because it's kind of orange. And I want to leave as much of the color of the paper. I'm cutting them too thin is what's been happening. I've decided. I need to leave more meat on them so that the color of the paper itself actually still has it still shows. That's what I'm getting at. Still shows. White down the centers. Well, I think it's got a bit of a 3D effect. L and a D and the S. Let's do an A. Let's do an A out of some fun. This one. You know what? I'm going to cut that in half because I want them not huge. No, I don't want them too big, not too small. Now is when I'm going to run into trouble with making it too skinny again. We're going to take the whole piece. And okay, so I'm going to cut that out. And again, I'm going to fold it just so that I can cut that middle section out. But I'm going to make it smaller this time. Just so. I bet you I cut it too thin. Well, it's not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. All right. Let's take a dark red and do around the edges. Again, the depth thing happening. This one. This is a nice dark red. Do the edge and this edge. What are you using your gel prints for right now, Sherry? Are you making a new journal? I think you mentioned that. My memory's a little on the brutal side right now. Okay, so we got the dark on the outside. Okay, Anne. Groceries are important, especially when you got your grands there. You got to be cooking and all that fun stuff. White down the centers of all this. Just a single white line is what I'm doing. Single white line. Now we're going to use the black ink and we're going to outline. You know, if I was thinking, really, seriously, instead of using the dip pen, if I used a thick black marker, then I could cut down the middle of the black lines from the thick black marker. And I wouldn't have to worry about this nonsense of being very careful and going right along the edges. We're going to switch to that. You're working on a lot of things. Yeah, me too. I haven't worked on my temperature blanket since the end of May. So now I've got 2 months I have to catch up on. I just wasn't. After my sister passed, I had no brain. It's coming back. It's still not all the way there. Oops. Oh, see, that's the other thing. Because I got so much glue on this mat, getting a straight line is, with a dip pen, is the greatest. Oh, yeah. We're making a mess. So then, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to make those squiggly lines all the way. Because we can. And it covers up a multitude of sins. Yeah, I made myself a little art journal. I'd got those hymn books. So I turned one into... got stuff everywhere. Just like a little binder. So I took a sugar bag, actually, and covered it in the sugar bag instead of it having the printing. And then and this is just cardstock. So I figured that'd be great for doing like my watercolor doodles. So that's kind of going to be my art journal now. And that way, too, if there's some pages that I really, really like and I want to make them into a journal, I can pull them out and just do that. Can't remember the name of that binding. My brain for names right now is absolutely horrid. It's the one with the strings, not the pamphlet stitch. It's almost like a macrame kind of. Oh, brutal, Kim. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, April, nice to see you. File folder journals you're working on? Nice to see you, April. Welcome, welcome. I've decided that when I was cleaning, I came across a bunch of little letters that I had done after taking a workshop through there was a workshop week. She does it every year. Her name is Becca, and her last name starts with a C. She does calligraphy, but her workshops are run by a bunch of various artists. And one of them was doing these fun little letters. So I came across these few little letters that I had done, and I know I had more, and I know I just stuck them in the journal on various pages, just a strange letter in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. And I really liked that. So I figured I would do a bunch of letters with some scrap papers just because it's another way to use up scraps. And I thought it would just be an interesting thing to have just randomly on journal pages. Because somebody might go, why the heck does she have an A in the middle of this thing? Right? Right. Okay, so on this one, how about if we do a letter P? Okay. No, you know what? I'm going to keep doing it this way. I've needed to use my scratch pen for a while. We'll just use it. Just use it. I had thought of switching to a black marker, so all I just had to do was cut down the middle of it. But I changed my mind. Oh, this is a piece of cardstock, so it's a little bit stiffer. What have you been working on lately, April? I am looking for a knife to cut out the center of this hole. Because I don't want to fold the cardstock. And bring it out. We'll see what that works like. I signed up to go to a scrapbook crop at the end of October. So I want to have a lot of little bits that I can just go crazy with. Very large brown bag journal. Nice. Lots of playing. Perfect. Um, so I want to have lots of bits with me that I can just play. Let's use this one. These, it says Bluebird. Nice. So we're going to do the edges for the shading. This has orange circles on it. I don't want to do anything to disrupt the orange circles, really. These are very nice pencils. You are right, Lee. I like them. I really do like them. They were on sale at Amazon. I think I paid like $19 or something for 50 metallic pencils. And I really do like them. I admit it. All right. So we've got us some shading. We focused? No. Doesn't want to focus on that. There we go. Oh, no. Anyway, we got the shading. We're going to draw the white lines down the center because we want it to look like a highlight. This is just a Crayola. No, that's a Prismacolor. Lovely pencils as well. But I wanted some sort of metallic. And I am going to do this one kind of jiggy-jaggy around the edge as well because I like the effect it gave. Kind of like a little scribbly kind of thing. I think it made it look definitely more handmade, but also kind of ratty. Kind of ratty looking. How many pages is Big Bertha, April? I kind of really like the way that works. Much better than a straight line. Much better than a straight line. Really like that. It's fun. I think those are going to look great on journal pages, like just randomly placed on ATCs, that kind of thing. A little bit of whimsy. Like I said at the beginning, that you come across, say, the letter H on a page, and people could look around the page to see if they can find something that starts with an H. Maybe it makes them wonder why the heck there's an H there. You know how it works. Let's do. See, these ones are nice small. They're not too much bigger. Maybe They look much bigger though, but they're not. Go to J. I'm going to cut that into a smaller piece. Let's do this one as a bubble letter as well. Because I think the bubble letters will definitely have more meat on them. J. Now, this is kind of a burgundy brownish. Not sure exactly what color you want to call it. So we'll use this for the shading around the edges. I guess I could have used a metallic, but I did not. I mean, if it comes right down to it, if I want it to be a little bit shiny, I can just add a coat of a gloss something, right? Could even paint it with that glitter glue that I've been painting things with lately. So this one really doesn't have too much of a pattern. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to use the black ink after to do some sort of a pattern on it. Be it circles or little star kind of things. There's the brown. Make sure you're not in the right bin. And the white. There we go. So we've got it with the highlight. The shading. Once it's cut out, it'll look totally different. And okay, so we're going to do some sort of something with the black ink. You know what about if we just do kind of like little lines like this all over it? It will still show the colors underneath. Oh yeah, I like that. That's fun. I like it. It's almost like a wood grain, almost, but not quite. All right. Now we need the black line on the outside. Okay, maybe it looks a little bit more like fish scales now that I turn it this way. So tomorrow we're going to play in that journal. I want to add bits to it and stuff the pockets. There's our J. Don't want to cover up the shading too much. I'll probably have to come around the edges a little again. All right. Let's cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Round and around and around we go. Lee, are you still here? If you are, can you please put down what days you stream? Because I would really like to catch you live one day. I know that April usually streams in the evenings. I thought of going on in evenings, and then I thought, no, stick to your daytimes. I really like to say going live at 12:45 is my big thing. Okay, we'll just go around this edge, make sure that it's got the black. And I was going to ask you, did you ever try those folded tortilla sandwich things that I made when I was doing the cooking show? I know that you said you had mentioned it to your husband. Because I was just wondering what kinds of things you were able to put in it for yourself. Or if you just made it for your husband or husband and daughter. There. Now we got a J. I don't know. I'm having fun. You have tortillas? Yeah, it's the one where I cut it so that you would have like the four sections, right? No. Right? So you've got the circle, and then you would cut like a quarter to the center here, and then you would put stuff on, like the meat and the veggies and cheese and whatever, and then fold it up and over and down so it's like a wedge. Just wondered if what kinds of things you could put in it for yourself. I know you can't put the cheese in, but like I say, I've seen people do them with peanut butter and banana, all kinds of things. Look at this bright yellow. Let's do something with this bright yellow. Nice big letter I. something like that. You can use the fat-free cheese. Yeah. Yes, yes, for sure. All right, so whoops. I think I need to outline yellow with orange. I find it. I think that's what I prefer for shadowing on yellow. So we're just going to go around the outside with the orange. Down the sides. Then we do the white. The white does not show on the yellow very good. That's fine. It does tone it down a bit. Okay, so now we'll put decoration on the inside with black. How about if we just do like little wee tiny circles? And again, I know that this is probably something you guys wouldn't do. But maybe you'll be inspired to try something like this with something different. I mean, by no means am I going to be doing words out of these. They're just going to be single letter pop-ups, you know. That's cute. Then I'm going to cut it out and do the edge. Wow, for somebody who doesn't like fussy cutting, what am I doing, guys? Don't know. And yes, it would be much easier if I just took some painty paper and ran it through the die cut or the Cricut and then did it. But again, I kind of like the fact that these are all individual. You're not going to get the same one twice, ever. And I am using up scraps. Not just hole punch scraps, but scraps. I could probably get another letter out of that. Well, I mean, I did draw the shape, Anne, right? Like, I did. Ooh. And a big fuzzy thing in the end of that. So, I mean, it is a pre-drawn shape. It's just not precise. I don't know. It's giving me joy. That's all I care about. Right? If you're doing stuff and it's not giving you joy, why are you doing it? I'm thinking these, if you're doing a big collage too, if you've got some of these in your stash, in your fodder, it would save you from going and actually looking through magazines for that specific letter that you want. You know, you could do this and have letters in multitudes of colors. You know, whatever you've got to use. Does that mean you can quit cleaning? Yeah, by all means. I'd give you permission. The letter I. Okay, let's use this piece. What can you be? You can be. What are you going to be? You know, I could go like this, and like that, like that, and like that. Can you see? I've got glare. I've got lots of lights on. We'll do it letter X. X marks the spot. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Again, orange around the outsides. So it's going to have the same shading, the yellow and the orange, which is fine. We'll do the white. Again, just toning down that yellow that little bit. Let's give it stripes. Stripes. Which way do we want the stripes? Let's go this way. I like them. Kim Seto, yeah. Beef burger in a batch with cheese on burger and relish. Nice. Nice. I have no idea what we are having. We had leftovers for lunch. I was actually thinking of making a batch of fried rice or something for supper. Or maybe I should make a soup just in case I can go see my sister tomorrow. And I can take her some soup. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a lovely idea, actually. You know, why don't I just do a whole whackload of X's? X's and O's. I don't know. X's are so easy to do. Just have to do the outline. I think I'm going to do that jiggly jaggly. Because I like it. That way I don't have to be so precise. All right. I like it. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay, and not a problem. Oops, I missed an entire side there. Well, I wish you luck with that because I know that you've been looking for a while. Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right. I am making little funky letters that I can just throw on journal pages or randomly on whatever I feel like. So this was from the same piece of scrap paper. They have the same colors, different. These are the ones I found when I was cleaning my mess. So I missed using them. So I figured today would be a good day to make some because I got so much scrap. I'm really trying to bust my scraps. So what did I do so far? I did a bubble L and a bubble J, P, an A, an S, and a D. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm kind of in my own little world, just making a bunch of random letters because, as I said a couple of times now, when you have just a random letter on a page, people might look at the page and go, okay, there's a P there. Why is there a P? Is there something on the page that starts with P? You know, it's just another WTF thing to add to the page, to the journal. A little bit of whimsy, make their brains wonder. So yeah, I'm just kind of doing my thing here. I also tomorrow I'm going to be working in this journal. This is the journal I did when Miriam and I did the marathon journal start to finish on New Year's. So I want to add some more stuff because a lot of the pages are just bare. A lot of pockets to fill. Lots of pockets. But see, Sherry, that's just a random, like, I must have been cutting wobble flowers or something. But that's an interesting piece just to throw on that people will go, what was she thinking? You know how it goes. Then I've got flips and tucks and stuff. Lots of stuff. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to play in that. No, it didn't take me a year to make. Journal, Miriam and I on New Year's, we did an 8-hour spread between her New Year's and my New Year's, right? Like our New Year's. So we streamed for an entire 8 hours and we each made a journal start to finish. Well, start to, that could be considered finished, but I think it's looking really naked now that I've looked at it again. So I want to add like random letters and maybe I'll glue in one of the houses I did yesterday. We'll play tomorrow with that. I'll be open to suggestions. So if anybody wants to put their thinking cap on for what you would like to see me add, I'm open to it. I am open to it. So yeah, I just pulled out a whole bunch of like random bits, and that's what I'm using for the letters. This must have got cut off from the S, maybe? I don't know. Nope, because that's what I used for the S. It had spots. You can't tell from that. What would this be? A V. Maybe? No. Let's do a V, though. We don't have a V. We'll do it this way. Yeah, naked. You know. You know. So we're going to do a V. Oh, look, it's like a heart. It's like a heart. But it's a V. Maybe I shouldn't have done it bubble. It's okay. And I also said, you missed this, dumb Kim trick. I said that last week that I bought metallic pencils. Well, the only thing metallic about them was the outside of the pencil. The inside was just regular HB lead. Did I read the package? No, obviously not. But it said, okay, thanks for coming, Lee. Take care. I posted, let's see if I can do it again. Is it still in my thing? This is Lee's channel. Lee has a giveaway for some stickers. So check them out. I have a feeling that the sticker is his logo for Anfield Road. So it's a train sticker. And yeah, I think that'd be awesome. So anyway, the pencils. The only thing, the outside was metallic and the inside was just plain lead. So because I thought they were metallic, I had all kinds of visions of using these wonderful metallic pencils, and they were not. So I ordered metallic pencils from Amazon, and they're lovely. It was a 50 pack, and it was a reasonable price. And you know what? They color beautifully. I mean, if you guys are doing coloring pages or whatever, they're fabulous. Okay, so that's blue and orange. Let's do this blue. This blue is called Deep Lagoon. Deep Lagoon. So we're going to shade the edges because we need some, we want them to look like they're popping. I mean, if we're going to put something on a page to create interest, suggestions, questions, why is that there? Let's make them pop. Why be subtle? No sense in being subtle. And because this has the orange circles on it, I'm not going to add anything other than the outline. So it'll be very much like this little P so that you can see the orange circles. All right, now we need some white in the center. We'll do the squiggly lines. I'm using my pen and ink for that. The ink has a little bit of a gloss to it as well. It's a Liquitex liquid acrylic. Oh, see, now doesn't matter. Does not matter because I'm going to be cutting it out. And some of those little bits are going to be cut off, but it's fine. Now that I'm doing this, and this is a balloon lettering, obviously, um, I don't have any balloons done either. All the bits that I like to throw in. I'm low on so many different things. So many different things. V for vamoose. For victory. Okay, that ink's wet. We're going to let that dry. I've done a whole bunch of collage fodder on just plain bits of paper. I've done a stream on that probably 2 years ago as well. So I've got all these little bits that have just been floating around. I have been using them because, you tear them, you put them on this, that, and the other thing. But I still had a lot left, so I figured I would use it for these letters. What's this one want to be? This one can be... What have we got? We've got... I should put them out. Oh. I, X, P, D, S. A B. We could do a B. We don't have a B. A, L, J. See, these ones are all done on the same paper. And I kind of like them much more. Even though I did different doodles on them, I kind of like the variation in the colors. B. Do I just want to do a little B? Yeah. Cut this off here. So I'm getting rid of scraps. Lots of scraps. Yeah, I am doing this so that I can cut it easier. So we've got a B. Now we're going to get that blade again. Don't I just have a regular X-Acto? We'll see if this works. See if this works. Again, I'm not leaving much meat or as much meat on the outside of the letter as I would like. It's okay. We will figure it out. quite as sharp as I would have liked. I've got some greeblies in there. It will have to do. B. Oh, put that on because you know what's going to happen if you don't. All right, we need to cut this one out. It's dry. I'm all over the place. Yay! This one actually looks like a heart. But it's a V. It's a V. It's a big V. That's the fun thing. They're not all the same size. They're not all the same colors. You know, gotta play, guys. Gotta play. Let's put this one back. This has the purple outlines. Let's use a purple for the shading. What do you think? I like it. This is Grape Kiss. My greenhouse, the paint on my greenhouse is called Majestic Grape. It's a beautiful purple. Beautiful purple. This one you can definitely see that it's metallic. And again, because it's got the lovely purple doodles in it, I am not going to add black stripes or anything to it, I don't think. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. That is a lovely metallic, guys. Got these on sale at Amazon because I was so disappointed that the metallic pencils I bought weren't metallic. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. But it is metallic. No, you're not going to be able to see it. But it is. Okay, we're going to cut this out and then we're going to do the black around the edge. Okay, it's been an hour and a half. Are you tired of watching me chop out letters? So basically all I did after I left you guys yesterday, I did take those other bread tags and I put paper on them. I did not make them pretty. I just put the paper on because I put all the other stuff away. But I figured I can just keep collecting those bread tags and put paper on them, punch the hole in them, and then one day I could spend a day making them pretty. Like I could take them out to the greenhouse and add all the blingy things. Just take a bunch of stuff to play with. Okay, black pen, black ink. See if I can just do straight. Go straight. My hand-eye coordination for doing straight lines with this pen right along the edge is not great today. Hence, the ones that I've scribbled on that I really like as well. to hope that's gone now. Very gently with the black pen along the edge. Very gently along the edges. Oop. Of course, when I put it down on a page, I will be outlining them again anyway. Wow, shaky. Shake it, baby. Done. Please? Please what? Did I ask a question and you're responding to it? Sherry? So I'm liking them. I'm liking them. Those of you who make greeting cards, if you had a grid and did your block letters in the grid so they were all the same size and then used it to cut out from your painting papers, that could work. Take care, Lee. Thanks for coming. That's right. He left. Okay. I have this. It's cardstock. So I want something that's not really curvy. Like maybe an M. I think I can get a nice M out of that. Oh, I should have cut it off after. It could be a W, but I'm going to make, it's an M. M. We'll cut just these outside edges off. Okay. Now there's lovely green metallics. Let's use this one. So I've done some with the metallic, some like just with the regular pencil crayons that are sitting on the desk. This is Irish green. Okay, we'll do this M and talk about some of the things I would like to do on my channel over the next couple of weeks, aside from that junk journal. Okay, so we're going to put some black markings on these. No, I didn't put the white. Didn't put white on that B either. We'll fix that. We will fix that. Right now. Anybody else I didn't put the white on? Nope. This has ink in it. Let's put it down. Put it down before you blob ink all over the place. So I know we talked about doing different critters. I've been looking at different critters on various sites because I want to wobble cut them. I don't want to have to draw them. You know what? I think I just want to take slightly, just go. Along the edge because I can. And I didn't think there was enough definition happening. Better. I like that better. It's amazing how I can look at it in my hand, I can look at it here, and I don't see it until I look at it on the camera. Okay, so this has its white on it now. Let's clean this just a little bit. Yeah, I was going to do some sort of decoration on this. I just haven't decided what exactly I would like to do. All right. Have not decided yet. Maybe just some little dots. Kind of looks like beard stubble, if you ask me. But it's okay. They don't all have to be marvelous because they're not all going to be together, and they're still all very interesting. I really don't know if I'm getting anywhere busting scraps. I would like to do a gel print day. Oh, see, I did it again. I did the outline and then I'm cutting. So I'll have to do it even months more. Even months more. That didn't work. And as I say, if you've got die cut dies for cutting letters, use them. Just because I like doing it this way doesn't mean you're going to enjoy doing it this way. I'm just here to give you guys ideas. Okay, so I do have to go over that edge again. Which is fine. And as I say, so many of these bits are on cardstock, so many are on just light papers. It really is all over the place. And then we have the M. I do like the little black speckles. All right. Oh, look, it's fuzzy. Stop. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Okay, Sherry, you said please. I can't remember what I'd asked about the please part. Can't remember. I chopped up a Kleenex box, tissue box today. So I've got this top. Some of them have such lovely patterns on now. I think I'm going to leave this as it is, but I am going to collage on the back. And that's going to be a flip in this journal that's beside me. This one I was thinking of maybe just doing a big folded pocket thing. Almost like to there, so I don't have to put paper. I can have that just the way it is. And have that either in a tuck as an envelope, or I could do it so that it's a flip. And then these are the sides, and I thought they could either make great pockets or pockets in a bookmark. So I'm going to get these ready for tomorrow to add to that journal. Let's throw this stuff out. It can just get thrown out. I think that's what I was saying yesterday, that when I have such a hard time throwing out my scrap bits because I spent quite a bit of time doing these doodles on these papers. True. Very true, Sherry. Very true. I like having them as a flip in the journal. I have a journal that I use them in someplace over there. But I like having various flips. Oh no, actually it was the journal that I just did for my granddaughter-in-law. But I like that idea of a tunnel journal cover for sure. Now that I folded this one, mind you, because of all the writing and stuff on it, I would have had to have covered it anyway. But yeah, these are both going to end up being flipped in that journal over there. One could be a bookmark. This looks like it's got glue along the edge, but if you run your finger along it, there's nothing. So one could be pockets, one could be journal covers or a bookmark. This would be the back. And of course, I would have fun on the front. Yeah. All right. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. Are you tired of me? And as I say, I want to put one of these in there. And then I was thinking earlier that if I'd have put them on heavy paper instead of just my brown cut-offs, then I could use those as flips as well. I don't know. I'm just playing. No way, you're not sick of me yet? All right. I'm going to do a couple more letters. I'm going to consider it like a mass make because maybe I want to throw them on bookmarks. Maybe I want to throw them on, I don't, they won't really fit on Twinchies. Some of them will, some of them won't. But anyway, we've got this one. What have we got? A, B, D. We need a letter E. Let's do it this way. And I think this one is going to go like this. He's fun. Okay, nice dark red for the outline, the shading. And again, I am not really concerned that this shading matches. I just want it to punch it that little bit. This one also will not need to be decorated because it's been doodled on. I just have to color it, cut it, and outline it. Yeah, I can't wait till we get some decent weather so that we can actually go for coffee, Sherry. We've got the shaded edges. Oop. Kind of 3D. Kinda. Now we'll do the edge. Nope, we'll cut it first and then do the edge. It's supposed to be a 3 this evening. Airwise. It's supposed to be a 3 tomorrow morning. And that's supposed to take a dive. The first Friday that we met, was it a Friday, Sherry? I made it back in time from Winnipeg to do my stream, did I not? It wasn't late. Just wondering if I can get in to see my sister tomorrow. Can't remember. And we'll do this one. Not straight, a little bit of a jiggy jaggy edge as well. My sister is not feeling well, so I sent her some soup. She said, "Bring soup." Well, I couldn't get out, so I made a pot of soup and had Ron take it to my brother's place so that he could take it to my sister's place. So I'd like to take her some more soup. I said I would, as soon as the air quality's decent, I would bring soup and come for a visit. And she says, "Bring coffee." So I guess I'm taking soup and coffee. Hey, Belinda. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I am making some fun letters so that I can just throw some random letters on book pages. So it's been a while since we've played doing the letters, so I figured it was time. Not only that, it's because I just found these ones. These are the ones that did way back that I came across. I went, hey, I need some new letters. So those were done just on plain paper, plain painty paper. But I am using paper that I have doodled on, etc., painted on. So some of it I don't have to doodle on. They're kind of fun. We did an A and a B, D, just did the E, just having a bit of fun. Did everything except those ones. So it's been fun. Something different. Something different. So what are you working on right now, Belinda? Tomorrow we're going to be working in one of my journals. We've got a show and tell on Sunday. So I would like to, I don't know which journals I want to take. I do not know. Look, I have a really bright red one that I could do a letter. Oh, look. You know what? That's obviously tempera paint, like kids' tempera paint. Because look at how it's cracking. Okay, we'll just throw that out. Did you see that? I just threw that out. We'll use this. And I am drawing the letter out before I start. Reverse painting one of your art quilting magazines? Nice. I saw something like that recently too. I know that Devin did a reverse painting or a negative painting thing. I posted a quilt picture in Meet Your Creativity. It's a sewn scrappy quilt, but I'm thinking that would be just a wonderful thing to do with scrap papers too. But definitely, I would like to try it with the scrap paper, see if I want to do it with fabric because I've got enough fabric. Okay, need a letter. Pick a letter. R. K&OP. I don't want to do an O. The centers of O's are hard to cut out. A Y. Let's do a Y. Yeah, I've got a Y. Outline, need a dark red. This is a raspberry. I'm going to use that. No, it's mahogany. So it's like a brown red. Nope, I don't like it. This is raspberry. Let's do raspberry. So I'm doing the outline to make it for the shadow. I'm coloring pretty solid around the edges of each letter that I do. And again, I really have to scrub this down because there's so much glue and stuff on it that it doesn't color smoothly. Okay, we've got the Y. Why? I don't know why. That's a Crayola that should be in here. Oh, nice. I love those brown envelopes. I really do. I was joking saying dumb Kim trick. I said that I bought those metallic pencils. Well, those metallic pencils were just metallic on the outside. It just had HB lead on the inside, like for sketching and stuff. But of course, because I thought they were metallic, I got all excited and I saw all the different kinds of things I could do with these metallic pencils. So I ordered metallic pencils off Amazon. So it was a 50-piece set and they're lovely. This is the 50. It's Bretfner, and they're really cheap. Well, reasonably priced as far as I'm concerned. It says that blendable pencils are the perfect coloring solution, rich, vibrant pigments, and expertly balanced shades provide superior blending. Anyway, they look metallic. Some of them definitely have a lovely sheen. It was the purple. You can really see it on the purple one, but it doesn't show on the camera. Well, I was just thinking, like on some of the Twinchies and stuff, maybe a little bit of a glittery highlight. And I figured that the pencils being metallic would be more subtle than using like these inks, right? Ooh. I guess I have to start using these. It looked pretty thick. Yeah, I have to start using my inks. Quickly. All right. I guess I'll be doing a lot of doodling. Okay, so then down the center, I do a line of white. Then we cut it out and doodle the edge with the black ink. Then we've got another letter. This is huge. This Y is huge. It's fine. It's fine, fine, fine. These go in the garbage. Again, I'm still trying to bust scraps, right? Because the rule is I have to bust these scraps before I can cut up a new piece of paper. Use what I've got before I cut something new. So I have been cutting out some flowers. Oh, did you just do that? I did just put my finger in that ink. Well, howdy. So I figure if I get a whole bunch of bits made, then I can start using my other painted papers. And I feel like doing a gel print session. Of course, I'll do it on screen. Just because. Just because. So much I want to do. I sure would like to get outside and do some weeding because that needs doing. I bought the paint for redoing my mural, and I haven't had decent air to do that because when I did have the decent air, I painted the inside of the greenhouse and haven't had decent air since. My beans need picking, but it's raining today, so I guess Ron will do that in the morning if it's not raining, or I will if the air is good. Lots to do, never ends. I must have been some wicked in my past life. That's a big why. And because it doesn't have quite, like it's got those splotches of red, they don't show very good. I am going to doodle on it. I am going to doodle. What am I going to doodle? How about if we do like squares? We'll start by doing straight lines. I could even just get away with doing these straight lines. I know. You're disciplining yourself not to start anything. I can't do that. I admit, I would have a lot of trouble with that. I would. I think that's why I like doing these little things because I consider them finished projects. It can stay just like that. Just some stripes. Just some stripes. Changes the whole look of it. Look, I got this little cute flower piece. I think that may end up just staying the way it is. Because those flowers are cute. And they'll just get chopped up in, and you won't see them in a letter. Okay, these obviously, again, are Kids' temper paints, away they go. Let's use this one. How about like an O? I can do an ovally O. I bet you those little X's will disappear. You're forcing yourself to? Yeah, I would probably be really, really witchy if I didn't um, give in to the fact that I have to do this, like, although I have to admit, I did complete that journal for my granddaughter in law, and basically, I finished off. I made another journal, but it's for me and it's for doing like those doodles, watercolor doodles that Jean and I were doing. It's going to be my art journal. I'm going to be experimenting it a lot. But we got those hymnals. Remember, I said that I got those hymnals? Oh, the other thing I got to do is when I was edging these, I got some black marker on some of the backs of this. So now I have to doodle on the backs to cover up those stupid black marker marks. I'll probably only doodle on the ones that I got the marker marks on. Marker marks. Oh, you know. Anyway, those hymnals that I got from the group that I meet. So I covered one in a sugar bag. Of course, I'm going to glue other stuff on it. And this edging got all kinds of glue on it again. Liquid glue and black cardstock makes a big mess. I should really, really try and use glue stick for that. So anyway, I did this, and then I did inside, and then I did a whole bunch of cardstock pages so that I can do those watercolor doodles. And yeah. Yes. All right. We have an O. And then I have to go to a different color because I got lots of red. Mind you, I pulled out red and green and blue. Let's do this raspberry again. It's going to be totally different on this red construction paper. Yeah, marker marks. Irritating. That's why that marker has that V in it. So I'm just, again, coloring the edge. This is really weird. I feel like it's Tuesday, but it is not. It is not Tuesday. It's going to be feeling weird doing Monday afternoons for a while. So next Sunday is not one of the first Sundays of the month, so I won't be streaming Sunday, but I will still be doing the Monday and Tuesday. Unless something untoward happens, how sometimes life gets in the way of living. Oh, great. And white line around the middle. And then we'll cut it and do the edge. Yeah, life really has a way of doing that. How are you, Cindy? Nice to see you. It's been a while. Been a while. All right. So I'm just doing fun letters because I like to sometimes just throw a letter on a page in a journal. Yeah, my new streaming schedule. Uh, First three Sundays of the month, Mondays and Tuesdays, going live at 12:45. I love to say that. I actually tried doing a image thumbnail thing for it yesterday, and ended up I couldn't get my little flag back for some reason. So I that's why yesterday's stream had the painting on it. Because I was doing it on top of that image of that painting. And for some reason it wouldn't take I kept making the picture image smaller and smaller and smaller, and I still wouldn't let me put all the words would not come in at all. Oh no. I hope you're okay. Sorry to hear that. Are you at home now? Really sorry to hear that. It's not the way you want to spend your summer. Oh, brutal. Antibiotics are so hard on a body, and being on them for that length of time, my word. So brutal on gut health. Oh, well, I'm glad you're at home. How much longer do you have to be on the antibiotics, hun? Yeah, we got an O. Oh, right on. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you because that's crazy. Well, getting on the large side again. Got to make some smaller ones. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you for sure. For sure, for sure. Because that's crazy. All right. I'm getting tired of doing letters. So I think I will be happy with what I've got. Can always make more, right? Let's find a piece of paper so I can hold them up so you guys can see them. Take a piece of paper out of the printer. Yeah, way too many red ones. I think that's probably what threw me off. These ones down the side, the right side of the page, are the ones that I found when I was cleaning up so that I wanted to do them. But seriously, used up a fair bit of scrap. They're fun. They're fun. All right. So that was the letters. Tomorrow, like I say, I want to do some work in this journal. Whoopsie. Because I've got a show and tell coming up on Sunday. And they want to see journals that people have made. So I figured I would do this one because that was the one that I did on New Year's Eve when Miriam and I did the big long streams. So it's got a lot of Kimbits and stuff in here, but the pages are just naked. You know, just they need something more. Something more. This is not a tuck spot. Oh yeah, it is a tuck spot. So I've got to I photocopied, or yeah, I guess it's photocopied, a whole bunch of those master boards that I did. So I'm going to use those to tuck in a lot of these pockets and things. But so many of the pages need like a doodle or something. Yeah, they need to be dressed up. They're not dressed. Okay, Lisa. Thanks for coming, hun. I appreciate you. Yeah, you and Andrew are both laughing at me saying they're naked. But seriously, look. That is just, it needs, whether I take a stamp and do some stamping on the edges or whatever, some I don't know, blah. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow afternoon, going live at 12:45 Central tomorrow. And maybe I'll put on some of those twinchies I did. Maybe we'll do some doodle stuff with some of the inks. I don't know. But that's for tomorrow. So I am going to call it a day. Thank you guys all for being here and chatting and visiting and keeping me company while I'm playing. Everybody in the balcony and anybody who watches the replay, big hugs to all of you guys. Every single one of you. Hugs, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.